in with you. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's feeling blessed. Hope everybody's doing what needs to be done out here in the land today. I just want to do a quick, brief live stream. For those of you who don't know, as we begin to wake up who we are as Hebrew Israelite people, I like to say often that it's not just about your identity. It's about now claiming your identity and then living within the culture and the tenets and the responsibilities of that identity. It's more than just saying I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Now it's time to leave the ways of Babylon alone. And it's time to cleave unto the Most High through the law, statutes, commands, ordinances, and also our holy days or holidays, the feast days. And one of the feast days that we have upon us right now that's going to be happening on the 18th of this year through the 26th is Hanukkah, or the Feast of Dedication. Hanukkah means dedication in Hebrew, okay? So we're going to do the Feast of Dedication. That's basically the rededication. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the Feast of Dedication. That's going to be a rededication of the temple in Jerusalem of 2nd century BCE. Okay, so way back then, you can look in the book of John, chapter 10, verses 22 through 24, to see that Yahshua himself celebrated and honored the Feast of Dedication with the disciples. And that was around a time when Yahshua was going to reveal that he actually was the Messiah, okay? And I know a lot of people were kind of tripping out. A lot of his disciples was kind of tripping out on him, because they was trying to figure out, man, is you really the prophesied one that's coming to save Israel? And so it was a lot of energy around that day. And it's always a lot of energy around this time. That's why the devil created the holiday Christmas in order to throw us off, okay? They like to say that most Christians will say that Christmas is a celebration of Christ's birthday, but that's not true. That's not true at all, okay? If that was the case, Christ himself would have been celebrating Christmas at this time in Israel, in Jerusalem, okay? But that's not the case. The real case is that when Yahshua HaMashiach was walking the earth, he was celebrating Feast of Dedication. Okay, that's what he was celebrating. So I want everybody to realize what's really going on. I got some trash I got to take out today. So I said, you know what, I'll go ahead on and go live while I still got a little light. And I'll talk about this for a second. Yeah, we out here. It's getting a little frostbitten. You see the land. It's a lot colder. The past couple of days, we had a rain, and it was humid, so it warmed up a little bit. It was kind of strange, but it warmed up a little bit. But then it started getting cold again. But look, what do you do on the Feast of Dedication? What do we do? Well, it's from the 18th to the 26th. So how many days is that? That's 8 days, right? Okay, that's an 8-day celebration. Way better than Christmas. Christmas is only one day. I remember when I was a little boy, I used to want Christmas to last forever. It seemed like I used to want Christmas to last literally forever. And then I remember this cartoon that came out, and the cartoon, I think it was called Christmas Every Day or something like that. And it was like Groundhog's Day, that movie with Bill Murray, Groundhog's Day. And instead of Christmas being like cool, like different and unique every day, it was literally the same Christmas. So the little boy, he got upset about that. He didn't want Christmas no more. And so that's pretty funny to me. But nonetheless, Hanukkah means dedication in Hebrew, like I was telling you. And that's an 8-day festival for us, an 8-day holy day, okay? And it's so special because even in the place of our captivity, that reminds us, this series of days reminds us to focus on the Most High and to focus actually on the revelation also of Yahshua, okay? To focus on the revelation of Yahshua. Whenever we're talking about the temple, okay, whenever we're talking about the temple, and I'm going to put the trash in soon. Look at how the pond got filled up. I'm going to walk over there. Talking about the temple, you have to remember that the temple was given dimensions. Solomon was given the dimensions of the temple because those dimensions were in line with the earthly body. A lot of us don't realize that. The body of man, literally the physical body of Hebrew Israelite man, okay, is a vessel for the spirit of the Most High. All right? And a lot of folks don't realize this. And those coordinates and those measurements that were given in regard and in response to this body that is also the house of the spirit. So you have to remember we're really avatars. Ooh, it's cold. We really avatars. Let me show y'all. We got filled up. Filled up. Cows should love that. All the little animals should love that. Coming up soon. It looks pretty beautiful, but I know that water's cold. So you have to remember that this whole situation, when we talk about Earth, when we talk about what we're doing here, it's always a shadow of what's to come. Okay, it's always a shadow of what's to come. And that means that everything we're doing now is rehearsing the righteous acts. We're preparing our hearts and our minds for the spiritual acclamation that's supposed to take place in our lives in regards to what the Most High asks us and what the Most High will expect of us in the new kingdom. All right? So the Feast of Dedication is another opportunity for us to remember and cleave on to the ways of the Most High through this opportunity to celebrate in a manner that is befitting of the Most High's command. Okay, so we're not doing what Santa Claus said. We don't even believe in Santa Claus. You know, we don't deal with the government. We don't deal with Babylon. We don't deal with putting Christmas trees up and pine trees up and decking them with ornaments. As a matter of fact, the book of Jeremiah tells us not to do those things. Those are the ways of the heathen. Those are the ways of the Gentiles. And even back then, when Jeremiah was alive and Jeremiah was prophesying, you still had people who were chopping down trees, and we still had people who were seeking to celebrate holidays that were okay? And this is where the Christmas tree comes from. This is where the mistletoe comes from. This is where the Hollywood comes from, and all of those sorts of things that are used as distractions that the heathen or Gentiles display or that they propagate through the land in order to throw us Hebrew Israelite people off from the tenets, commands, statutes, and laws and ordinances, holy days, festivals of the Most High. So once again, the Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah is a time with family where we're able to pray. You should be praying every day, but our prayers will be a little bit different in regards to giving thanks for the opportunity to recognize this day and these series of days, the opportunity to recognize and pray and give thanks for our being awakened to the truth, the opportunity to pray and give thanks to have the strength and the boldness to separate ourselves from the Babylon system and to actually celebrate days that most people would say we're strange for celebrating or we're odd for not celebrating Christmas. You know, everywhere you go, people are going to be saying, Merry Christmas, brother, and Merry Christmas, sister, and Happy Holidays, and this and that. I'll say Happy Holy Days, and they might look back at me like I'm crazy or might not even pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay? Let me stand this way so we still have a little bit of light. They might not even be paying attention to what I'm saying all the way, but I'm saying Happy Holy Days, and they heard Happy Holiday. Okay? So, Feast of Dedication is a day where we can pray and give thanks for all of these wonderful things, being awakened in the captivity that we're placed in and actually recognizing who we are and doing something about it. Then it's a day of games. We can play games, spiritual games, you know, games that bring us closer to the truth, scriptural trivia games. Okay, we can read the scriptures and we can read them in a way where it doesn't have to be burdensome and all of that sort of thing. Then we get to exchange gifts. This is a great time for the men of Israel to uh, make little tiny trinkets like zeet. Well, I wouldn't say trinkets, but they might be perceived as that once they're given as gifts. So that's where that word came from. But it's opportunity to sit down with your sons and make zeet and get your fringes together and to make different colors with glue and really, have fun during the 8 days. Learn some new skills while you're inside in the warmth of your home. Skills that have to deal with being a Hebrew Israelite, not just the word of being a Hebrew Israelite, not just the term, but actually the culture. So it's an opportunity for 8 days for us to get back in the swing of our culture and really do something about it. So the Feast of Dedication is an awesome time. I just wanted to remind you all that it will be soon upon us. This year it's the Gregorian December 18th to December 26th. So the 18th this year is on Sunday. Okay, it's on Sunday, and it's gonna be extra special. Uh, I'm I just feel blessed to even be here in the land. Be here in the land right now. It's gonna be extra special. I'm gonna do my best to make it something that I never was able to make it while we was in the Bay. So we're gonna do something a little bit different. As always, I'm gonna do my best to live stream the festivities to the best of my capabilities. Of course, focusing more on what we have to do, what I have to do with the family, but I always make sure that I extend that light to you all to the best of my ability. But regardless of what I do and what I establishing here as the feast of dedication for my family, you have to do your best and put your best foot forward to do what you can do. We love to be, one of our things is family, and talking about YouTube family, all my extended family on here. Welcome, family. So there. Thank you, Awakened Goddess. What we like to do is make sure that we're all on the same page. Yesterday, I quoted Amos 3:3. Okay, Amos 3:3. Can two go on a journey together, walk in the same direction unless they be agreed? No, they cannot. We have to be in agreement. We're going to walk together. We have to be in agreement. We have to see things similarly. Okay, and what we're seeing is coming directly from the scriptures itself. So this is why we study to show ourselves approved. Because the more you study and see what you see, the more I study and see what I see, as long as the Ruach is working through us, we'll be seeing the same thing. And that's the blessing of the scriptures. The Most High changes not. Okay, so we don't need to worry about confusion. The Most High is not an author of confusion. And so what we're going to do is keep on pushing forward to the best of our ability. Many of us are just now waking up to being Hebrew Israelites. So it's new to us. And believe me, I know all about the family, the extended family who's looking at you like you crazy, who's calling you out your name, who's saying you this and saying you that, saying you done lost your marbles, saying you strange now for wanting to identify as who you truly are. You in the scriptures more, you doing more spiritual things, so they outcasting you, they calling you the black sheep, treating you like the black sheep, they ostracizing you, they definitely talk about you behind your back. I know all about that. I know all about it. They saying there's something wrong with you because now you don't want to go to Christmas, you don't want to do Thanksgiving, you don't want to do all the main holidays that they had established and you've been participating in your whole life, and now you the weird one. Now you the crazy one. Now they gotta watch you with a side eye because you doing something new that you ain't supposed to be doing. Nah, don't fall for it. Don't give up. Don't give in. You gotta stay strong, okay? And you have to arm yourself with the truth. Stand on it. Pray that the Most High bless you with the strength and endurance and the dexterity to be able to switch tracks like this. Okay, we had no problem running through the mall for 12 hours a day, 2, 3, 4 days a week, looking for gifts just to give, just to give a series of gifts on one day. And now we don't have to go to the mall. We don't have to be running around here like chickens with our head cut off, roosters with our heads cut off. We don't have to do that. All we have to do is study to show ourselves approved and give thanks and gratitude to the Most High for real. And we have to separate ourselves from wicked holidays that Babylon and the enemy have set up. That's real talk. I know it's extreme. I know what I'm saying. I know the words that are coming out of my mouth. I know it's extreme, but it's only extreme because we wasn't raised in the culture of our people. And we was given an alternate culture that goes against everything that we know, but it was masked as something that was actually holy, when nowhere in the scriptures tell us to celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving, okay, Thanksgiving, okay, which is a holiday established by the colonialists here after they raped, robbed, and pillaged and murdered. all of the indigenous people on the eastern shoreboard and in the south. Okay, so we have to just pay attention to what's going on. And what better time to do it than when it's cold outside, when you're inside doing your best to stay warm? What better time? Now is the day. Today is the day. Now is the time. All right. So this is just a reminder what we got going on in the next few days. Y'all keep your heads on a swivel. You know, stay sharp. Stay sharp out here. Okay. The enemy's still roaring like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. Don't forget that. But the Most High is also working. And the Most High got the angels encamping around you. Okay, the Most High got the angels encamping around you, flying overhead in the chariots, flying around you, standing guard around your home, standing guard around you wherever you go. And you just make sure to give thanks always. You just make sure to continue to give gratitude to the Most High for all things that you can remember. And for those things that haven't been revealed to you, but you've definitely been blessed in. Just continue to give thanks, okay? Well, look, it's your brother Chuju tapping in with you. That's my time for this evening. You see it's getting a little dark, and I still got to put those garbage cans or them trash bags in the garbage, okay? So, look, I love y'all to life. I really, truly do. Y'all stay blessed, stay vigilant. Most of Mama Papa William, I'll be back with another one. But until then, let's see. Get some more life. Yeah, until then,